2019 Dodge Journey. We're doing the thermostat on it, but the customer also had a complaint that the headlights wasn't working on the passenger side. So we're about to turn the lights on right quick. We got lights on this side, don't have lights on this side. So everything is out on this side. The quick thing would be to do just swap your bulbs. I already swapped all the bulbs over from here to there. None of them work. I'm gonna just swap one just quick for the camera, just to show. You see that one is on. I'll show the butt plug before I take it out from the key. Just take it out. Light's still on. As soon as I plug this one up, the light should come back on. So see, the lights work. The bulb work, the connectors, all that's good. But it's just everything on this one side right here that's not working. The bright lights, nothing work on this side. So basically what we're doing, we're checking to see if we got power. Make sure we got power coming in. That's gonna tell us if the fuse is good, the switch good, everything's good. So we got a black wire, and we got a white with, look like gray, or a white with brown. You can't really see it on the camera. You kind of see that line right there. So we're gonna take control of that. Got it on. Let's just put it on power. Power. We're just gonna take and probe this wire and just see if we got power. So the black side is on the right, which is the ground. In our case, it's hard to do this with one hand. Let's see if I can. Alright, black, and then red. Alright, we got 11.7 volts, but I'm on the ground. You see that negative mark right there? Normally when you see a negative mark like that, that means you got your leads crossed up. And I got my black lead on ground, so that negative mark shouldn't be there. So somewhere we got something crossed up. I'm thinking it's either a power wire touching on ground or something like that. We losing something somewhere. So when we go into our system, and I already checked all of this, so I know what I'm looking for. When we go into the all data system, and we go to this right front lamp assembly, right? You got your turn lamp, park lamp, all in here. All of the lights on that side have a different power. They don't have nothing in common on the power side except for the BCM. I just find it hard to believe that the BCM would fail on 3 or 4 different circuits. But if you look at the headlight assembly, all of them share this G104 ground on the right side of the engine compartment. So let me go turn the lights off. We're gonna start with the side that we know is good. We know this side good. And we're just gonna probe out the ground. Just make sure we got good ground. Like I said, I already did this, but just showing a little process, a little step on how we figure stuff like this out. So basically, I'm trying to Alright, we're gonna go from the black wire with our red side. And we're gonna probe out on the ground. And you can see that it's OL out of limits. And then we get a reading. This is the ground connections for the driver's side. And you see both of those reading. Alright. Now we go to the other side over here. We're gonna pop a connector out. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. Red. Alright. I just stuck it in there so you can really see this now. The inside the black lead right here. And we're gonna try to go to the battery first, which is the most ground that you can get on the vehicle from the battery lead. If I can get untangled. Alright. You on the battery? Nothing. And you see same time on the battery. Nothing. Not reading nothing at all on that battery lead. Back here to the back of the engine compartment. Rubbing. Nothing. Both leads. Nothing. So we got a ground issue somewhere with this passenger side. It's a ground issue somewhere. All three of these lights share ground, and that ground runs to here. So somewhere between here and here, we got a ground issue. I'm thinking it's gonna be somewhere behind this coolant bottle somewhere up in there. We probably got a bend or something in the system that's snapped or broke or something like that. We'll check it out and we'll come back with a few updates. Alright, so what we got, we're still trying to find our ground issue. Still got my red lead and my ground side right here. We took these wires off. That's really all I did. Just took all the wires off and came back. And I'm just probing these wires to see. Basically what you're doing, since this is the furthest part that the ground go, and this is where the ground actually connects from. So this wire runs through here, comes all the way out and go here. So we probing right here. If I get a reading in this probing, that means that the issue is from here to here. Okay, so I'm not getting a reading right here at all. So that means the problem is further back in the harness. So we're gonna come back and I see we took this part right here. And it's actually got a ground wire inside of it, a thick cable right there. Thick wire. So we're gonna probe this one. And we still on the other side of the circuit. So we probe into there and we're getting a reading. So that means that coming from here, running, following this wire down to here, we got connection. And if you look up under here, we got a connector right here that ground wire is running into. And it look like it's not even connected. It look like it's not connected. There might be some dirt or something in there. Let's try to push it apart right quick and pull it apart. I mean, we can see what we got. It's not connected, but this is moving. But the connector, ah, there you go. Oh yeah, we gotta, this is the problem. You see right there, we burnt up right there, and we burnt up right there. So this is gonna be the problem, and we can check it again, you know, just for video purposes. This is on the wire side, so this should still be connected to this. As you see, we probe it and we connect it right there. So this is the problem right here, this connector. And it could have got hot. We'll probe around and just find out. We'll check the fuses. Sometimes they burn out. They might have the wrong size fuse in it or something like that. We'll check, make sure it ain't no other wires touching or something like that. Could just be a freak accident, but we'll check that out for them and see. But that's a basic wire diagnostics. So these are the ones that we took off right here. You can kind of see how it's burnt. It's kind of out of shape down there. This top was burnt. I couldn't get this pin out because it was burnt. You can't really tell on the side, but it's melted to the side. You couldn't get this pin out. So the local scrap yard had one, had a connector piece. End wasn't burnt on that side. I used the existing blade so we didn't have to cut this wire, take none of that loom off. We just cut this one, put a solder in there, put a butt splice right there. So we're just gonna test it out right quick. We're gonna plug it up. Gotta do this with one hand. Plug it up. All right, I got my red still in the ground, the black side on there. Take my black wire, black probe, still connected right there at the bottom. Black probe, and now we're gonna probe out here to these. It's one of these, I don't know which one, not that one. Not that one. Boom, that one. And now we got continuity all the way through the wire. The wire is connected all the way from the headlight to there. So we should be able to hook that back up, plug this up to the lights. All three of these lights over here should come on. All right, we got all the lights plugged back up. We haven't fixed the wires yet. We're just gonna make sure everything working. We got those plugged back up. Make sure everything working before we put it all back together. Turn the lights on. See what we got. Yep. Everything back to go. Everything good to go. Put all this back together. Send them on about his way.